Custom Development, HCDI, contracts to sell 144 entitled lots in Belfair, Washington to Lennar for $10.44 million. That's Hotel Charlie Delta India, Lima Echo November.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. Let's have a good week. Got big tech earnings coming up this week. Just got that. We are live now on YouTube. We are live on Zoom. Alrighty, guys. So first things off, I want to take a look at this week earnings. First off, guys, did you guys see Facebook? Let me get this thing the heck out of here. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but I'm up $1,600 on Facebook, so I want to take a look at that quick. I don't know what's going on, why I'm up $1,500 on Facebook here today. I think E-Trade's just being a little screwy. Apple's looking good here as well. Apple's taking off nicely. Let's take a look here at Apple. Let's take a look at a few of our trades here quick before we get started. Apple's climbing. I guess it's just the IV. The implied volatility continued to climb, making those options a little more expensive here. Got a nice profit here today of about $715. All right, so what I want to show you guys here is, let's see, where is it? Alrighty, so guys, first things first, these are the main ones I want to keep an eye on this week. Really important here. So as you guys can see, let me change the view over here so you guys could see this a little better. Alrighty, so today, let me change the drawing size here. There we go. Alright, so first thing we have coming up today after the bell is going to be Tesla. That's going to be one I want to take a look at. I'm going to circle the ones that are interesting to me here. GE should be good. I'm going to go over the chart with you guys on GE here in a minute. JetBlue. So we got UPS, GE, JetBlue. Really don't care too much about 3M. Usually I would. But then we got Apple. We got Google. We got AMD. We got Microsoft, Starbucks, and Visa. So those are the ones I want to look at Tuesday after market hours. Now, here's the thing I was thinking about. We don't have FedEx. So piggyback trade on UPS would be FedEx, FDX, for this week's expo. Especially if they have a beat. So first thing I'm going to do is get my notepad out. I think I have my notepad. It is over there. So first thing I want to do here is write down FedEx piggyback trade for this week. That's going to be my first, possible higher risk, higher return earnings trade. So FedEx piggyback. I'm going to be taking a look at that one. Let's see here. What else do we have? Then we have GE. GE chart looks good. I'm going to write that down over here. GE. JetBlue. Really don't care too much about the airlines just yet. Apple, AMD, Microsoft, Starbucks, Visa, Google. I think Google's going to have a big beat. Visa as well. And then on Wednesday here, what's going to be good to look at is MCD, McDonald's. That's going to be a good one to keep an eye on. McDonald's, Boeing, Shopify. After Qualcomm, PayPal, Ford, these are going to be ones I want to keep an eye on. Allegiant should do really well. And then on Thursday morning, we got Hilton. I definitely want to take a look at possibly Hilton. So we have UPS and HLT that are kind of outperforming the sectors here. So I want to take a look at a piggyback trade or just buy some calls on Hilton here. I'm going to take a look at that chart. UPS, Hilton, look for piggybacks. This week, obviously, we're going to be making much smaller trades going into earnings week here. This is one of the biggest earnings week of the quarter. So definitely going to be trading a little bit smaller and looking at some piggybacks. And then, of course, after the bell, we have Amazon here that we're going to be taking a look at. So those are the ones I want to focus in on this week here. And let's take a look at a few of these and see what we could do. So going to a 3-month daily chart here, if we bring up, let's see, FedEx there and UPS. So UPS is reporting tomorrow. Here's a 3-month daily. It's just trading sideways. It's been trading between that 210, 215 since what? Since 7/2. So almost a month here. It's just been trading sideways. Candle side by side here. And that's consolidation. That's an area we want to stay away from right here. That's just indecision. It's got no direction yet, and we're waiting for that catalyst, which is going to be earnings to either propel this higher above that 215 or break lower here and start a breakdown. So with that said, we can look at a piggyback trade on FedEx here for this week. If we think that's going to be, I like the trend line we drew. When was that? Earlier last week, I think it was. But it's holding that trend line, still above that 1020, still consolidating a little bit. But I like how we're making higher lows here as we go along. So, I could target 310 on that possibly this week on a good earnings beat there. So I'm going to get the option chain here. Look at FedEx, July 30th. If I wanted to pick something up here, I'd probably pick up the, let's see, 60 cents to be worth 250. I'd probably honestly do a vertical spread. Buy to open, sell to open, get something a little bit on the outer side of that range of the implied move on UPS. So if we look at that July 30th, and we go with that 290, let's see, 30250, 305. Let's see what that's going for here. 57 cents to be worth a max at 250. That's not too bad. Let's see here. 307.50 to 310. It's going for about 26 cents to be worth 250. Now that's almost 1,000% return if FedEx got up to that 310 by the end of this week. Now what's that catalyst? That's going to be that UPS earnings. So I definitely want to keep an eye on that, see what happens. I mean, I think there's a good possibility of her getting up to that. I mean, look at the size move it had. 297 all the way up to 302. So that's a 5-point move in just one day there. So it's definitely doable to get up to that 310, especially with that catalyst, from UPS earnings there. So I'll keep an eye on that. That's going to be one I want to keep a lookout for an earnings trade. We got Apple climbing now. Apple's at the highs of the day. Got a nice little climb on tech. Here we go. Accounts up about $1,700 now for the day. Looking pretty good. Apple's still climbing. Let's see what Microsoft is doing here. Microsoft not doing too much yet, but definitely coming off those lows there. See what Facebook's doing. Facebook's getting another nice climb. Stock's up almost $3 here today. $273 she's nearing. So we got some nice gains. We're up almost over $2,000 now on our Facebook trade. That is a nice climb there on Facebook. Microsoft climbing there. Let's see. We have the August 20th Expo on that Facebook call. We have the August 20th 370 call. We're going to have a target of that 400 on Facebook there.
GlaxoSmithKline, GSK, announcing Shingrix approved in the U.S. for prevention of shingles in immunocompromised adults. That's Golf Sandy Kilo. Bar Group, SGRP, spiking to the highs, $2.64. Sandy Golf.
There goes Facebook again, guys. Facebook's having another breakout.
Shares of Spar Group are halted now on a circuit breaker.
Ford shares are getting a nice climb here, guys. Take a look at Ford. Ford's holding above that 14 bucks. Yeah, E-Trade definitely has got some issues this morning. Guys, I think it just sold my Facebook. I think I'm out of Facebook. Let me see order status. Guys, Efren, I am out of Facebook. We are out of that at $15.50 a contract. $15.50. We were in at 11.3. We just closed that out for over a 37% return there on Facebook. 37% gain on Facebook, guys. We just closed that out. Nice job. Let me get that alert here. Send that out to our group. Nice way to start the week there. What do we lock in? 37% gain, 37.17%. Okay, so here is the Facebook trade we just closed, and we locked in that profit. Locked in a nice profit there, guys. 37% gain on Facebook. We'll be able to re-enter that if we want. Our Apple trade is taken off. Now, this is what I meant about locking in profits ahead of earnings. I mean, we just made a, 37% gain on that Facebook trade. That was the second Facebook trade that we got into, right? It was the second Facebook trade, and now what we can do is either make that third trade on Facebook, or we could look and do a different type of strategy. So we've been buying some calls here. What I want to do now is look at the implied move on Facebook tomorrow, or possibly even today if she continues that climb higher. But what I want to do is look at that implied move. So let's just say Facebook has a...
Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, new home sales.
I'm just saying this, for example, but let's say Facebook has a 10% implied move. If it has a 10% implied move, that means they're expecting the stock to go up or down $37.25, right? So what I'd look at is something on the upper end of that range. If I think Facebook's going to have a beat and I think it's going to go higher, I'd possibly look at that Facebook, utilize a different strategy here and look at something like this, like that 395 400 vertical spread. So buy to open, sell to open, it would look something like this. I'm not jumping into it now, but I'm just showing you guys what it would look like. So 395 400, and there you go. That's going for about 86 cents to be worth $5. So 5, divide that by 87, 5 divide that by 0.87, that's going to be a max return there of 475% if it got up to 400 or higher from now until Expo, and that earnings being that catalyst. So, that's nice there. Now, that other trade here we have on Apple, let me see what's up with that. Columns, let me go add over here the percent. So the Apple trade right now is up 15%. If we wanted to lock that in, we certainly can. Our McDonald's trade's still in the green. Apple's still on the climb. We're up 17% on Apple now. Let's take a look at Apple. I think that one's going to continue to run. I'm probably just going to hold on to that one. That's at the highs. I'll probably look closer to that 150 to possibly sell Apple. But I do have some nice gains on that right now. She's 370 by 375 right now. She's continuing to climb. I definitely do like that setup. Still climbing there on Apple, up 19% on those calls.
SGRP SPAR Group resuming trade now. Andy Golf Romeo pop up. Industrial started up, they're flattish right now. Tech's been a little bit weak today. We've seen some weakness in some $2.64, now at $2.84. That's Sandy Gulf. Romeo Papa.
We'll see if I could get 385 for it.
MSC, Michael Sandy Charlie. Studio City, halted on a circuit breaker.
I got to make that trade room bigger. My eyes are starting to go.
Quad Group spiking to $3.11 at the highs now.
Let's see. James says I just took a profit of 15% on Apple. Nice job there, James.
MSC halted up 29% at $11.86. That's Sandy.
380 by 385. There we go. I just sold 385. We are out of the Apple trade, guys.
Opening for trade at 25.24.
Locked in two really nice profits so far today. Lock that in for 385. I will share that with you guys here. Alrighty, here is that next trade we just closed out on Apple. I think we closed that out for like a 22% gain. What were we in that Apple trade for? Do you guys remember? Let's see here. Guys, there goes our McDonald's and our Microsoft trade now. Both of those are climbing nicely. Sold Apple ahead of Vern. I told you guys on Friday, if we had a green day today, I was going to be selling. And we have a nice profit here, so I am getting rid of those. Alrighty. 22% gain on that Apple trade. Nice. There it is. We closed out a 37% gain. And my freaking pen just hit the bed. All right, so 37% gain on Facebook and a 22% gain on Apple. Now we have our McDonald's and Microsoft trades starting to climb. Now, once we get some nice profits on those, I'll be locking those in, and then we could be utilizing those profits from the pre-earnings trades we locked in, to fuel those earnings trades if we wanted to go with something like a different strategy with an out-of-the-money vertical spread if we think that's going to continue to climb there. So that's what I'm going to be looking at there. But we already locked in some really nice profits this week. Let's see, what did we lock in so far? So it is, what time is it? So we locked in a profit today already of $1,182.76. You can't beat that. That's pretty good there. $1,182.76. There we go. McDonald's is taking off here again. Let's take a look at MCD. I think that one's going to have a big beat. There goes McDonald's climbing off the lows. I think we're going to see that one easily at that 250 by the end of the week.
S&P X and Aptogenic shares resume trading now. Standing in November.
McDonald's is still on the climb here, guys. Big breakout on McDonald's happening from those lows.
51 cents. Shares at a high of 14.49. That's S&P X. That's continuing to drop here. Announcing results of their cryostatin trial at the Alzheimer's conference.
Now, I wanted to take a look at CCL.
November Papa X-ray, SNPX.
One of our members is in a CCL trade here, and I wanted to go over that with you guys because CCL is doing something interesting like we talk about with our trade plan. So Carnival Cruise Line on a 3-month daily chart, notice how she's still holding above that 10-day simple moving average. So, that's really important. That's what I'm keeping an eye on here. I know members, I don't have a CCL trade, but if we break above that 23, that's where I'm going to be making a CCL trade, for a shorter term. But if you wanted to get leaps here, if she broke out at 23, that's a beautiful opportunity there to pick up some leaps. Guys, MCD is still climbing there. Microsoft's on the climb. We got a nice little run going here. There goes McDonald's, now green for the day. Big climb there on that candle, breaking above 243. Let's see it break those highs of the day right here from this candle at 930. What is that, 936, 938? Got to take these contacts out. There we go. New highs of the day on McDonald's. We got over a 10% gain now on McDonald's. $235 here for the day. Guys, so we got the Superbowl of earnings for tech stocks this week. Make sure you guys keep an eye on Tesla, UPS, GE, General Electric, JetBlue, Apple, AMD, Google, Microsoft, Visa, McDonald's, Boeing, Facebook, PayPal, Ford, Hilton, Amazon. Matter of fact, Hilton, I wanted to take a look at that. I think the what do you call it? The hotels here are going to do phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I really want to keep an eye on that. So if you think about it, the quarter they're reporting for is what? April, May, and June, right? So April, May, and June, Hilton's going to be going over that quarter. That's one of the best quarters. We had what? What is it? Memorial Day or Labor Day? What's this part of the year here? I know there's one in September. I get those ones mixed up. But I think it was, what was it? Memorial Day, right? Memorial Day back in May. So we had that. We had, obviously the summertime starting, Labor Day, September. Okay, so what's that then? Memorial Day. Memorial Day we had, and I really think we're going to see that take off here because that's really when we saw the hotels starting to get booked, starting to double, triple their prices again. I mean, Hilton's just been consolidating since, February really of this year. So tight squeeze between 120 support and about 130 resistance. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. Good morning, Josh. So how many of you guys locked in that gain on Facebook and Apple now? And what are you guys left in?
On another circuit breaker, Studio City, 1441 at the highs. That's Michael, Sandy, Charlie, 57% now.
CCL is getting a nice little rise there. Just sold last week's trade on Apple, July 30th, 147s. In at 350, out at 445, even though E-Trade was screwy. Remind me how you figure out the percentage. So 4.45, divide that by 3.5 minus the first 1.00. So 4.45, divide that by 3.5. So that is a 27.14% gain. Nice job there, Tony. Let's see. Skyjack said he sold some Apple, still in Facebook. I still think Facebook's going to break out there and run higher. But, I like locking in those profits along the way. You guys know that. Let's see. James says he's in Microsoft, NVIDIA, TXN, COF, TLT. Let's see what TLT is doing. 140, 864. Am I seeing the bid and the ask on which one on E-Trade, Paula? My E-Trade seems to be working okay now. I mean, I'm not totally sure. I'm not sure if the, let me see if the balances are right here.
DPK graphic packaging, here we get the new long position at green light. That's Golf Papa Kilo.
Let's see. Josh Ellsworth said, good morning. 25% gain on Apple. Was 10 minutes late to get to the market today. Luckily, I didn't miss it. Nice job, Josh. Josh, you've been doing pretty good. Remember now, I know a lot of traders, when they start seeing these gains, they want to make many trades. More. They think more is going to be more profits. That's not the case, guys. I'm telling you guys that are new to trading, or those of you that have a system or a plan and you're still failing, more is not necessarily mean more profits. Wait for those right setups. Have a small couple contracts, here and there, and wait for those really good chart setups. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Let's see, Paula, I'm going to take a look and see what you're talking about here. Let's take a look. She said any, so let's take a look at Facebook, July 30th this week. 370, 250, 11 by 11, 1095 by 1105. I'm not seeing anything too crazy anymore. I mean, in the morning, it was a little wacky, but now it seems like whatever happened straightened itself out a bit. That damn Apple, though, still climbing. What is that Apple at now?
MSC, hitting a high of 1579, pulling back now.
I should have, see, that's what I mean about waiting for my target. I said I wanted to wait for that 150. Let's see, we had the Apple 148s for this week, right? Apple 148s for this week. We closed it out at 385. Okay, she's only at 390 by 395 now. Nothing too crazy. All right, let's see there. CCL's looking good over on that one. FedEx is still consolidating. Airbnb wants to climb off that 10. Let's see here. Workhorse shares up 1.5%. Square still breaking out there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's working for me. Ray, I like the hat. That brings you down about 25 years. I like it. Nice Mercedes hat, too. Guys, CCL is still running. CCL's at the highs of the day. Doctor, what are you doing here? You get a green candle above 23 bucks. That's where I'd be adding to it. Well, more specifically, you already have the MACD cross. You got your first green bar above the zero line in the histogram of the MACD since going all the way back to, almost May. So, when you were in breakout. So you guys see how when you get that first green bar above the zero line in the histogram of the MACD, look at right here on, what is that, May 18th. So if you take a look at that first green bar above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, let me show you down here. Over here, you see how when you're trading above the zero line, you're climbing during that whole period, right? You guys see that. You're climbing during that whole period when you got the green bars above that zero line of the histogram of the MACD. And then what do you see here? You see as you go down, like when they're above the zero line but they're red, that's showing you a sign of momentum shifting. And then once you get below that zero line, I mean, you're pretty much going to continue that BDM here. So this is when you're breaking out breakout momentum, you have those green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, and you see how beautifully that correlates with that run up here in the stock. And then when you get that first red bar here, you see how that's showing you signs there of it breaking down and pulling all the way down, you know, on BDM. There's breakdown momentum, and you see BDM here as you go below the zero line of the histogram of the MACD. So it's really nice once you guys could, you know, put 2 and 2 together, you look at that crossover, you're going to get that MACD cross first. So that's why I'm saying here, when I saw that big breakout here and I started to see some green bars and then starting to get smaller, it looked like it was going to convert to above the zero line on histogram of the MACD. We finally are now. So now what you're looking for is to break that resistance. So what I would do here, for those of you that are in CCL, you get a green bar like this, especially if they're leaps, that's where I would add to CCL, add to trade. So those of you that are in CCL, if you get a green bar above $23 with body above, closing above, that's where I'd be adding to that CCL trade. CCL is taking off now. She's already up 2% after being down for the day this morning on opening bell. So that's looking really good there. I like that setup there. I know a couple of members got into those leaps on CCL, and they are starting to look really good here. So that's Carnival Cruise Line. Now let's take a look and go down here to see what else we have going on. CCL is looking good there. Today, 1 minute chart. I mean, that's having a hell of a breakout there, Doc. Hope you're watching that one. 22.50 she's getting up to now after pulling all the way down to about 21.75. U.S. new home sales for June, 676,000 versus 800,000 estimated. Big breakout here on CCL, guys. Market is taking off. There goes Apple, 149.63, continuing to climb there. Airbnb just turned green. We got a nice climb on the markets here coming. Delta's continuing to take off there. Delta's nearing $41 a share. We got Apple at 149.60, up 0.72%, continuing to climb, 149.66 now. Airbnb is up about $1 for the day, up 0.63%. AMD is coming back from those lows here. Let me link that with link 1, and we can take a look here at AMD. AMD is just starting to break out now. Here comes the AMD, 1 month, 3 month daily chart. I like AMD. I'm thinking about making a trade on it. You know, that McDonald's trade's up over 10% again. That's the largest trade that we have open right now, is that McDonald's August 20th, 242.50 strike call. So if we take a look at MCD chart quick, because I want to minimize risk going into earnings this week. I can't stress that to you guys enough. When you got a big catalyst like earnings week this week, if you guys have like 10 trades open and they're all tech stocks, and then all of a sudden tech decides to pull back, your account is going to be destroyed. It's going to be crushed, and you're going to have to start all over again. That's why it's really important. Position sizing and position management. You know, it's really critical to success here. So MCD is still climbing, breaking out for the day, 243.19, almost at the highs of the day now on MCD. Still holding above that 243 support there that it's been holding. So we'll continue to watch, see if that climbs there. And as far as the MACD, the crossover goes, breaking above that resistance around 238. The MACD's looking good. 1020 cross is looking good. We're in breakout momentum. That should be an easy 250 target. So now if we get up to 250, we have the 242.50 strike calls for August 20th. I think we're going to hit that 250, honestly, this week. If we hit that 250 this week, that still gives us plenty of time on our side, you know, known as extrinsic value, which is time value. So those option premiums are going to spike higher there. Now our trade's up about 12% on MCD. So, you know, we paid $470 for it. If she got up to $250, that means they're going to be worth at least $7.50 without any time value. So let's give it another $1 for time value. 8.5, divide that by 4.7 that we paid. So that's about an 81% return. We're only up 11% on it now, so I don't want to miss out on that extra 70%. So I'm going to sit tight, hold on to that MCD, especially since it's the August 20th Expo, and I'm just going to let that sucker ride all the way up to that 250 and take in profits once I get up there. All right, Apple, new highs of the day on Apple. Right up to almost that 150 we're talking about. That's a nice little run there on Apple. Tyler, are you still in that Apple trade or did you sell it with us? There goes McDonald's up 15% now on MCD. New highs of the day on MCD. There we go. New highs of the day again on MCD. Guys, CCL is having a run here. Where is Dr. Joe? Should be having some nice gains on that one today. CCL now up 3.2% for the day. And I've had a cough for like a week now. Look at Amazon. Look at that breakout on Amazon here, guys. I'd love to trade that Amazon up to about 3,800. You know what? I think I might do an onto the money vertical spread on Amazon. Let's take a look at these options here. You know what we can do, though? Remember, we sold out of those Q calls for what, like a 67% gain? We could certainly pick up some more Q calls for this week's expo if we want to keep it a little safer. That way we don't have to pick sides here of which stocks we want to jump into. I definitely think Qs, jumping into some Q calls would be a nice little option here. Tyler, did you sell out of that Apple trade now, or are you still in it? Let's see. Randy says AMD. Let's take a look. I thought we had an AMD trade. No? I think we were going to make one. Amazon's breaking out, guys. I'm really thinking about doing a trade on Amazon here. Let me see what I was going to do. There's so many things that are looking good going into earnings season, isn't it? So, yeah. Buy to open, sell to open. Let's look at an out-of-the-money vertical call spread for the July 30th Expo going into earnings. We could look at that. Let's see, 3790, 3800. That's an out-of-the-money within the implied move. $3.55 to be worth $10. That's not too bad. I'll do that. Net debit, 3 point. I'll pick up 5 contracts. That's like, what, a $1,500 trade.
Distribution, that's Papa Lima Tango Romeo. That was a press release out earlier this morning.
Let's see if we could get 330. All right, we are in it, guys. We are in. Let's see what we got. This is a high-risk, out-of-the-money vertical spread on Amazon for earnings. Higher risk. Remember, how first thing you got to ask yourself, what size trade do you want? And you guys always ask me, Dave, how big is your trade? And that's the wrong thing to be asking. The right thing to be asking is what percentage of your account is that trade? And let's see right now. So that is, let's see what we were executed at. 50.71 minus 47.41. So we're in for 3.30. And now if we take a look, we already got a $200 gain on that. Beautiful. Anyway, going back to this now. Let's see here. 330 max that could be worth is $10. So 10 divide that by 3.3. That's a max return of 203%. I'll take that all day. 203% max net gain. Now, if we paid $330, we got 5 contracts. That means this is a $1,650 trade. Okay, so let's see here. 1650, divide that by 90000. So that's a 1.8% trade. So out of this count right here, 1.833%. I'm writing this down for you guys so you guys could see here. So 1.83% of a count. So that's a very small trade. Remember what we usually say, our normal trades are between, 5 and 10%. This is 1.83%. And it's a vertical spread here as well. So, that's important to understand the different strategies that you're utilizing there and what you're looking for on each. That CCL is still rocketing. So that is in. We are in that trade. Let me share that with you guys here.
Alzheimer's conference, from the Alzheimer's conference, reduction in biomarkers of Alzheimer's disease, pathophysiology following treatment with aducanumab were associated with slowing clinical decline. That's Bravo India, India Bravo. One of those presentations. Also, item-level analysis of clinical measures in patients with early symptomatic Alzheimer's disease following treatment with high-dose aducanumab.
Okay, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, let me get this in the trade room for you guys. Nice job on those 2 trades we just locked in. Man, ever since I got rid of Norton antivirus and went with a different one, my computer just so much slower. I just got to go back with that Norton. Amazon's higher risk earnings spread. There we go. Let me share that with all y'all here.
Welcome to Life Out Here. At Tractor Supply, we have everything you need to make the most of it. With over 1,900 stores near you, our team members are ready to help you get everything for your life out here. Get started at TractorSupply.com. We make USAA insurance for renters who make the most of their space and money. That's why we make it easy to cover the stuff you love.
And guys, those of you that are watching us here on YouTube, make sure if you guys didn't download our app yet, go download our app. You guys could see right here, we sent out an alert. We closed our second Facebook trade for a 37% gain. On Friday last week, we closed one out for 67 or 68%, I believe. Then we closed out of our Apple trade for a 22% gain. I think that was our second or third Apple trade as well. And as you guys saw, as we get breaking news, we're sending it out to you guys. USA new home sales for June, 676,000 versus 800,000 expected. Prior revised from 769K to 724K. So, definitely download our app on either the Google Play Store, Apple App Store. Search for it, Breaking Chart Alerts. It's free to download. If you guys want to log in and see trades or live trading, obviously you'll have to be a member. But make sure you download that. It's just like text alerts if you guys are members with us. Alrighty, let's see what else we got going on here. McDonald's trade still up about 10%, not doing too much. Amazon came down to that 20. It's holding that right now. Let's see, MCD, pretty flat, not doing too much there. Ray, I don't know what company that is. Do you actually trust them? I'm very picky with who I trust with my shit. All right, let's see here. What did I do to this keyboard? Let me get that back out. There we go. So let's see. CCL is still running. Let's take a look at CCL. Another nice little climb there on CCL. Just continuing that breakout up over 4% now on CCL. McDonald's trade is climbing. Express trade is actually starting to take off here as well. Let's see what Express is doing. We have the October Expo on Express, EXPR. Look at that puppy breaking out. It's up 11% today, continuing to run higher, breaking above $5. If you guys remember, I told you guys I wanted to pick up how many 4,000 shares of that. It was at like $4 when I said that. That would have been a nice little profit there. I think Express is going to continue to climb from here on out. Really thinking about picking up some calls on that. Or some regular shares even, you know. I think by the time we go into Black Friday shopping and everything, I mean, this is going to be back up to $10, in my opinion, by November, December. Let's see, McDonald's still on the climb. What was that one Randy wanted me to take a look at there? I got caught up here. AMD, he said. AMD near $92, starting that breakout there, looking pretty good. Let's see if she could break above that 92.25, but that's starting to look good. And AMD has earnings coming up this week, so I definitely think she's going to be between 95 and 100. So if we wanted to look at some calls, we could analyze them like we've been doing and go over which strategy is going to be a better strategy if we pick up that call. So you know what I tell you guys in the afternoon session, because that's more about education and looking for some trades, but more about educating. And we were talking about looking at the 3 different types of strategies that you guys could really utilize there. And, you know, right here, what I'd be focusing in on is either calls or an out-of-the-money vertical spread. So that's a 2-strategy type of move there. So what I would be looking at first off is what's the implied move on AMD. So for that, I'm going to take a look and see what that implied move is for AMD this week going into earnings. And if we take a look here and we bring up that snippet of AMD, we could see AMD has an implied move this week of 6.64%. That expires this week, and it next earnings the 27th after the close here. Okay, so what's important, 6.64. The stock right now is at 91.82, right? 91.82. So you multiply that by 0.0664, and that tells you that you're expecting a move up or down of about $6.10. So up or down, so plus or minus $6.10. So plus or minus $6.10. Well, if that stock right now is at, let me bring up the annotation on here. So if that stock right now is at 91.85 and it got a plus or minus $6.10, well, guess what? $6 higher is going to take that up to around $98. $6 move lower is going to take that down to what? 92 minus 6, that's going to take it down to about 86. So between 86 and 98 is your sweet spot. That's where they're expecting the stock to be this week. Now you could sell some 85 strike. You could sell some 85 strike puts if you want. If you want to buy that stock at $85 and collect that premium, and say, okay, if she does drop down to 85, I'd be a buyer there, and then you could own those shares at 85 if she drops down there. And like I said, you're going to collect that premium for selling that naked put there. So that's one strategy. The other one is picking up some calls or puts depending on where you think the stock is going. I think it's going higher, so I'd be buying some calls. If you take a look at the background here, though, you could take a look and see that those calls here on AMD are going for about 92, $3. So 2 plus 3, 95. So at 98 bucks, you have 100% return. So now this is what you have to do. You have to tell yourself $98 with this $2 strike call for $3 is going to give you about a, what do we say there? Or we say 93. I think we said 93. Okay, so we get up to about $98. We have about 100% return with calls. Okay, that's just with calls. Now what I want to do is say, okay, now that's with calls. Now what about a vertical spread here? Buy to open, sell to open. Let's take a look at an out-of-the-money vertical spread. You know, let's say we go with the 97, 98. Now that's going for 21 cents, 22 cents to be worth $1. So 1 divide that by 0.22. So this is a 355% gain. So now listen to this very carefully. So this spread equals a 355% gain.
Says that today he's announcing that
if she gets up to 98 or higher. So if you buy the 92 strike and she gets up to $98, you make a 100% gain. That's just going with a regular call. You pick up that 92, she gets up to 100, you make a 100% gain. Now with this vertical spread, she gets up to that same $98, you making a 355% gain. I like that. I really like that setup there. I'm thinking about doing something like that. Usually you don't see an out-of-the-money play like that. I definitely like that. 0.22 cents, 22 cents net debit. I mean, I want to mind picking up 25 contracts. That's a smaller, let's see, 25 times 22. And that's a $550 trade to be worth, you know, $2,500. So you're risking $550 to be worth $2,500. Right now, I'm just going to sit back, watch it for a little bit here. But that's definitely one I'd be looking at. Airbnb is looking pretty good. That one's up about 1% already for the day. Only got about 5,000 in trades right now going into earnings this week, which is very small. So let's see. So here's a good way to look at it. I only got about 5.5% of the account in trades. The other 95%, 94.5% is cash. So I'm 94.5% cash on the sidelines right now, and I got 5.5% of the portfolio in trades right now, of the regular main account here that we're trading. So keep that in mind. It's a really good perspective. Let's see. Avilio said E-Trade's having major issues this morning. I had issues this morning, but it seems like they cleared up. Let's see. JMG says Disney. DIS. 6-month daily doc. That one's looking good. Holding 175, you know. Not too bad. But what's going to be that catalyst for it to really break out? Earnings on August 12th. That might get that run into earnings there. I like Disney. I wouldn't mind picking up a Disney trade with you here going forward. Disney here has been insane. I mean, absolutely crazy. Doc, you got to get out of the operating room and go see the mouse. Take the family over. Stop by for a visit. Let's see, July 30th. I'd probably go with the August 20th. 180 is $4 friggin' bucks there. Wow. So about 190. What's the implied move? So if it's 10%, 177.38, that's 17 bucks. So 34, 35 bucks. So 35 plus 177. That's going to take us up to about 2. Yeah, we might hit that $2 from now until August 20th, 200. It's not too bad. Or you could get something on the money vertical spread up to that 185. I might be looking at a trade with that for you in this afternoon. Disney, that's a nice one there. I like that setup on Disney. I also want to look at the hotels here. You guys, we got to think of a good piggyback trade to pick up on the hotels. I think with Hilton reporting earnings this week, I don't know about you guys up north here, but hotels are at, I cannot find a hotel. I actually wanted to take Sophie this week down to the beach, but everything's booked. It's crazy down here in Florida, probably up there as well. Randy, yes, especially our Microsoft trades, what, August? I think it's August. No, it's July 30th. Yeah, I'm holding on to Microsoft for sure. Microsoft, let's see what it's doing here. What was I just saying, though? I was talking about something. I lost my train of thought there. The red tide on the Gulf side. Yeah, I saw that. All those fish dying over there. Hotels. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, so hotels. I mean, I don't know what it's like up north there. But if anyone could give some info for if anyone's in some bigger cities up north there, like Chicago, you know, even if you're in like Georgia somewhere. I don't know why I said Georgia. There's nothing going on there. But let's see, like, you know, how about the beaches up north, like North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey? Anyone been out there? I think my cousin was just at Wildwood, and it was packed. So, you know, I don't know. I think hotels are going to do well, especially, you know, before COVID, hotels down here were about $200 a night. Now, you know, you got to see, like, the hotels down here, they're getting $400 a night. And I'm like, damn, I should be renting out some of my bedrooms here. $400 a night. That's crazy. There's nothing worse than really staying at a hotel because, you know, I hate them. You know, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I don't think they clean the comforters at the Hilton. Not sure. But McDonald's pulling back a little bit there from those highs. Amazon not doing too much yet. Amazon's still up 1.1% for the day. Hanging right around that $3,700. Baidu's down about 3%. Delta's breaking out nicely here. You guys see Delta? That's been holding that $40 pretty well. You got that MACD cross, and look at what we got here, guys. We got that first green bar above the zero line of the histogram, the MACD. Take a look. Remember what we were talking about before? Take a look what happens when we start getting those green bars above the zero line of the histogram, the MACD. We start to climb for about, what, a month here, a half of a month? So we could definitely be looking for a nice breakout. And remember, we got some airlines reporting this week, so Delta might get a nice little boost there. I wouldn't mind looking at some Delta calls. I'm going to write that one down here as well, because JetBlue reports tomorrow morning. Remember that. DAL. Let's see what else do we got moving here. General Motors. Let's take a look at GE. That's a really cheap stock. It's got earnings coming up this week. I think they're going to have a beat. I'd love to take a look at GE, see what's going on with them. Man, I'd love to do GE long term there, but that's a bit risky. What about you guys? Anything you guys like? Any type of setups for this week going into earnings?
Demo, Thermogenesis getting a pop here on some volume. Tango Hotel Michael Oster.
LCID. How did you get calls on that? It's showing it's not. It's E-Trade. E-Trade's being screwy again here. That's crazy. LCID. You think that one's just going to continue to break higher there? A lot of volume coming in for those 28s. I'll pick up 3 of them with you, Avilio, just to have there. It's getting a nice little run. I wouldn't mind risking a couple dollars. She's going to continue that run, 28. $1.82. I'll get into a couple. The price
Bloomberg, CNN reporting GOP rejects Democrats' global offer on infrastructure deal.
Okay, let's see. Did I get in? Let's see here if I got in. I did. I got in for $1.85 the July 30th, 28 strike calls. Let me get this up for you guys. I think everything's pulling back a little bit there. Tyler said SPY breaking down. Let's see. SPY. Definitely nearing the lows of the day on SPY. McDonald's is still starting to get a climb there. Microsoft's climbing again, only down 8% on the Microsoft trade. But yeah, I think we're going to see some choppiness going into this week, guys, with earnings. That's why, that's why we're 90, what did I say, 94.5% cash. Cash is king right now. Remember that, because the worst thing you could do is, destroy an account and rebuild it. So trust me. Here goes MCD again taking off. Let's see. MCD. There goes McDonald's on the climb. MACD cross is coming. Let's see if that starts that breakout. Looking pretty good here, though. McDonald's back up 8%. Let's see, $30 you're saying? Let me see. What stock is that? LCID. Okay, let's see. A nice climb there again. Avilia, she's already almost at $30 this week. So I'm thinking more like 35 if it continues to break out like this. It's up $4 today. I'd say 30 to 35 would be a good target. There we go. We're almost green on that LCID trade now again. Nice little run there. Apple's breaking out. Apple's back up almost to the highs of the day. Apple's having another nice climb. There goes LCID, Lucid Group. Let's see, what's MCD doing up here? MCD's on the climb too. Lucid is still climbing. Let's see, MCD. McDonald's still climbing too there. Nice little run. Guys, our Lucid trades in the green. LCID 2827 continuing to break out there. We are up. We are in the green. We're up 3% on LCID. Got a quick 5% gain on Lucid Group already, picking up those 28 strike calls we picked up for $1.85. They're now going for $1.92 by $1.93. That thing might get back up to $50. Looking at that chart you just posted there, Ray. I mean, highs in February were about $50. She's at almost $30 now, so definitely opportunity. McDonald's is running here again. Back up 8% on McDonald's. There she goes, breaking above that 50. Continuing to climb. It's looking good. 9% gain on McDonald's. That's for the August 20th, 242.50 calls. Those are looking great. That's still breaking out now. There she goes, 243.17. Exactly there, Jack. Got to be cautious with that. Oh, they're talking about Lucid Motors now on CNBC. Roberts, it's a very small trade. The Lucid July 30th, 28 strike calls. They're very volatile, though, so make sure you're cautious with that and keep trade sizing small on that one.
With a bit more thought, we can all do our part to keep plastic out of the ocean.
Electric reporting new 30% tax credit for electric bicycles. Makes progress in U.S. Senate. Watching shares of EasyGo, Echo Zulu Golf Oscar, topping to the highs now. $3.38. That's Echo Zulu Golf Oscar again. Report from Electric, new 30%.
Guys, nice way to start the week, the morning, the day of $1,182.76 of profits locked in and realized. Nice job on that, guys.
14% at the high, Echo Zulu Golf Oscar.
Very nice job so far today, guys. Nice way to start the week here. MCD is still on the run there.
Welcome to life out here. At Tractor Supply, we have everything you need to make the most of it.
Skyjack says Tesla. Yeah, I'm watching MCD there too. It's looking good. Tesla's starting to climb there. Nice climb on Tesla, up almost 3%, 6-month daily. Tesla's so tough to trade, though. McDonald's is still on the run. There goes McDonald's running for new highs of the day. Couple cents away. 243.17.
KNDI, Candy, also makes electric bike. The Trail King, Kilo November Delta, India.
McDonald's breaking out again there.
LEVI, Levi Strauss, new long from Louis Navalier, buy under $30, says that's Lima Echo Victor India, LEVI. Shares of Levi Strauss off the highs now, 27.32, up about 2 3/4%. That's Lima Echo Victor India.
With a bit more thought, we can all do our part to keep plastic out of the ocean. It came a long way to be found by you. Find more from us. Home goods. Go find it.
What if you could make $12 million in one day? Would you do it? It took some cojones to do a robbery right there in front of me. This money, it belongs to the President of the United States. Steve, we're obviously professionals.
This took the FBI agents back.
Shooting after a bank, we got it. There's no turning back at that point.
We didn't go unless they had cash.
Oh my God. Are we actually going to do this? Super heists.
Nothing too much else happening here, guys. I think that's going to conclude the morning session here. You know, we're not really doing anything, trading pretty flat. I want to find some good setups and some good earnings trades for this afternoon, and possibly one or two good swing trades going into maybe, you know, August, September, October Expo. Right now, I like our trades. MCD trades now up 11% on that candle right there. So that's continuing to climb. Let's see what our other trades are doing here. Let's see. Amazon pulled back a little bit there on that vertical spread. Microsoft. Want to see Microsoft start that climb there. And what else do we have? MCD. MCD is looking good. That's really about it here. Let's see. That's really about it here, guys. So I'm going to go. There's McDonald's continuing to break out. We're up 14% now on the McDonald's calls that we have. That's going to break out nicely, I think. Like I said, 250 is going to be my target for taking profits on McDonald's. We already got a 13% gain now, and I think that's going to continue to run. So keep that target profit area open on MCD there. So that's going to do it for us this morning, guys. Hope everyone had a great day. Nice day to start the week here, too, with locking in those profits of $1,182.76. And let's keep this momentum going for the week. And those of you that are on live with us here, you guys could come to our website, breakingchartalerts.com, and you guys can come and where is the Zoom here? So you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com. When you go to the homepage, this is the trade room right here. You go to the homepage, this is what it's going to look like. If you guys go to the Join Now membership pricing plans, you guys could see down here, look at what we do. Go to the Join Now membership pricing plans, and if you guys are interested in joining, the Trader membership gives you access to the morning trade session on Zoom, the trade room, the app. The Pro Trader gives you text alerts, access to the morning and afternoon trade alerts, morning and afternoon trade sessions, the text alerts, and everything. And then obviously the Elite Pro Trader, that's the yearly membership. You're going to get a couple of private classes. You'll get group classes. You'll get the text alerts, morning and afternoon trade sessions, and you'll also get the education tab here with all the features of the classes and lessons, and you save money as well. And you're going to save even more if you use promo code CHALLENGE, because that's going to save you an extra 30%. So instead of being $2,500 for the year, it'll be $1,750. $1,750, divide that by 12, comes out to $145 a month, which is just about the same as the Trader membership. So you're going to save money, get a lot of extra features with that Elite Pro Trader membership. But whatever suits you is fine. Here's what we offer down here. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can click this little button down here, log into Facebook Messenger, shoot us a message. We'll get that and get right back to you. If you want to check out our trades, you're going to click here, and you guys will be able to check out our trade alerts. Here is all the trades. You click on them, you'll be able to see what we're doing, why we're doing it here. Here was the Facebook trade. We ended up just closing out here for a 37% gain. That was our second Facebook trade, and you know, you guys could go down there, scroll down there, see all the trades that are open or closed. If they're closed, they'll have the percent gain or loss on them. And you guys can see there's that first Facebook trade we closed for 63%. And just look at all these beautiful gains we've been closing out. 37% gain, 22%, 63%, 24% gain, 67%, 43%. And we could just keep going on and on there. And that's just the past week or two. Past week. So that's going to do it for us today, guys. If you guys want to come join us, please come join us. Use that promo code, and we will see you guys in the trade room. Once you guys join us, go to the live trading room, and we will be in there from now until the afternoon session, and we'll see you then. All right, everyone, great job starting off the week here. McDonald's is still climbing. We got a 17% gain on the McDonald's trade now. That's still taking off. New highs of the day on MCD. That's looking great. We'll look for that continued breakout and see what we do here, guys. Great job. Nice way to start the week. I'll see you guys in the afternoon, and I'll see you in the trade room now. All righty, catch you later, guys.